Hey there, this is Areli from withhisgifts.com. Welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. Today I have another video tutorial for you and we are going to create this adorable card. So let's go ahead and get started. And today I have another potpourri of stamp sets for you. We will be using the diagonal stripe, Be at Home with You, birthday banners, Celebrate You, and the star of today's project is the adorable Party Pandas, which is a sale-a-bration item that you can earn for free when you place a minimum $50 order through my online store. Visit withhisgifts.com and check out all the sale-a-bration details. We'll be using a couple of the framelits. We'll be using the layering circles as well as the at home, and we'll also be using the balloon bouquet punch. And for our ink, we will be using the Peekaboo Peach. We'll be using the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad and also the light Pool Party Stamp and Blend. And for our paper, I have my card base here in the Sahara sand, cut at 5.5 by 8.5 inches and scored at 4 1/4. I have a scrap piece of Whisper White that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I have two more pieces of the Whisper White, each cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4 inches. I have a couple of pieces here that come from the Tutti Frutti cards and envelope set. One is just a scrap piece and this one is also cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4 inches. Now, the Tutti Frutti cards and envelope set is also a sale-a-bration item that you can earn for free when you place a minimum $50 order through my online store. Once again, visit withhisgifts.com to find out everything about sale-a-bration. And some of the other things that we'll be using today are the Big Shot. We'll be using the piercing mat along with the paper piercing tool. We will be using some dimensionals, our snail adhesive, some paper snips, our bone folder, and we'll also be using a delicate doily along with the Whisper White and Pool Party solid baker's twine. Let's go ahead and get started with our stamping. I'm going to go ahead and start with our background, and for that I need my diagonal stripe stamp and a piece of the smaller Whisper White and my Peekaboo Peach. I'm going to open up my Peekaboo Peach and I am going to ink my stamp. We are going to create a buffalo plaid pattern with this set. So I've inked it, and then I'm going to come in at this corner here and I'm going to lay my paper right in the corner like that. Grab a scrap piece of paper and I'm going to go ahead and rub. Okay, just like that. I'm going to lift this up and there is the first step. Okay, the next step is to ink this up again, and I'm going to concentrate on this side here because we're not really going to be down in that area at all. So I'm inking that side. I do want this to be lighter, so I am going to stamp off a bit like so, and then I'm going to bring that back around. Now I'm going to place this this way, and I'm going to line that up with that corner there. Now when you do this, you have a little bit excess. I'll show you in a second. Let's just get that rubbed like so. Okay, so there's our pattern. And you end up with this little excess here because this isn't quite long enough. So what I ended up doing was coming in and placing it kind of right here, just eyeballing it, it's going to leave a line, which is why I strategically placed my baker's twine down on the bottom. Okay, so there. So now we have the pattern here, but we have this line. And we are going to cover that up strategically with this baker's twine. And no one will ever know that it's there. Moving on with our stamping, I'm grabbing the bigger of the Whisper White pieces of cardstock. I have my panda here, the panda with the balloon, and my Memento black ink pad. I'm going to go ahead and ink up my panda. And I like to ink it like this because then I can see the kind of coverage I have going on my panda. So I'm going to flip him over and stamp him right about there. I'm not worried too much about the balloon because we're going to chop it off. Ooh, beautiful panda. The next stamp that I'm stamping is our sentiment, and that comes from the Celebrate You, and we're going to use this happy birthday here. And I have it all ready to go. I am going to ink it up in the Memento Tuxedo black ink pad. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to put that right in here. We will be cutting this out with one of our scalloped circles. So I want to make sure that I'm placing it and giving enough room for our scallop circle to clear. And next in line for stamping is this lovely gift box here that comes from the At Home With You stamp set. We're inking that up also in the Memento Tuxedo black, and we want 3 of these lovely gifts. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. That's 1 and 2 and 3. And the final stamp that we will be stamping today comes from the birthday banners, and it is this outline of a balloon here. We're going to stamp that in the Tuxedo black, and we're going to stamp it onto the scrap piece of the piece that comes from the Tutti Frutti cards and envelope set. So let me just ink that up and go ahead and place it right there in the corner so I could have that lovely paper left over for something else. Okay? Alright, so that is the extent of our stamping. Next, we're going to move on to the big shot. But before we do that, let's go ahead and punch this balloon out with our balloon bouquet punch. And I'm just using this side here, the smaller of the 2 balloons. I'm going to line that up and then punch it. So there's that. Let's set that aside. And next we'll do the big shot work. So actually, before we move on to the big shot, let's go ahead and grab our Stampin' Blend and let's go ahead and color these gifts. I am coloring, there's some polka dots. I'm leaving the polka dots white and coloring everything else. There's also a ribbon on the box that I am leaving white. So the polka dots stay white and the ribbon that's on the box stays white and everything else gets colored. And we'll do that with all 3 of them. There are our lovely gift boxes, and there is not a die to cut out my panda, so I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut that. Again, we will not be using the balloon that we stamped with it. We will be using the lovely balloon that we just punched. So fussy cut this and I will be right back. And there is our adorable panda. I'm going to set him aside for a second and then we are ready for our big shot. Okay, and here is our platform ready for the big shot. I have my magnetic platform, acrylic plate, my cardstock. I have one of my scallop circles that will cut out our sentiment. And then I have this little die here that comes from the at-home framelits, and I will be cutting that out 3 times so that we can get our little gift boxes. My final acrylic plate up on top, run this through the Big Shot, and I will be right back. So there are our pieces back from the Big Shot. I'm going to go ahead and set aside my gift boxes for a second. And then the final prep work before putting our card together is to grab our piercing mat. Because I don't know if you watched my videos, the last few videos that I've had. I told you I was addicted to paper piercing, and I was not lying. I really am. So I am going to go ahead and pierce my little scallops all the way around, and then I will be right back. Alrighty, so we're ready to put our card together. Let's go ahead and grab the card base, and let's go ahead and fold it and crease it with our bone folder. So fold and crease just like that. So the first layer to go down, let's get our little people, or not people, but panda out. We want these 3. These are going to layer right here. We're going to layer these on top of this, and we're going to start with our piece that comes from the Tutti Frutti cards and envelope set. I really like saying that. This is Pool Party, and it is lovely. There are like some little watercolor dots pattern all over, and it's gorgeous. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put some snail on the back of it, like so. And then this is going to come right about here. So we're going to come close to the top and tilt it just a little bit like that. Just like that, okay? Then we're going to grab the white and put some snail on that. Just like that. And then we're going to kind of stagger this a little bit this way. Okay? Like that. So that's what we have so far. Now remember, we did this lovely little buffalo plaid pattern, and we were left with this harsh line right there. We're going to go ahead and grab our white baker's twine, and then down on the part where that line exists, I'm putting some snail on each of those sides in preparation for wrapping. Hold on, I didn't come down far enough. But in preparation for wrapping our twine around our card in an effort to cover that up, we are putting down some snail. Okay, so with my snail down, I'm going to press that into one side. Oh, I'm going to come down further because it's further down. Right there. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to go, and I'm just going to go around. I think I went around 5 times. Just like that, creating a decorative camouflage for our harsh line. Okay, and then that is 5. Oopsie. Make sure I didn't. Okay, that's good. Next thing you do is cut off the excess on this side with your snips, and then tuck that in to your snail, and there you go. But no one will ever know that that is there. And if they notice it, they're looking too close. And they need to back up, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and flip this over and get some snail on the back of that as well. Okay. And I'm going to come a little bit on the bottom like that. Alright, and then our final layer is going to get staggered this way, like that. Isn't that gorgeous? And there is the canvas for our art. Let's go ahead and grab the doily and our sentiment Flip the sentiment over. Get some snail on the back of there. And center it onto the doily. Okay. And let's flip that over. Put some more snail on it. Like that. And we're going to center it. It should be edge to edge with our topmost layer. And we're just going to center that. We're pretty close to edge. Make sure the happy birthday is straight at that angle, the angle of our top. Okay. A little bit too high, I think. I'm looking at my other card for reference, because you know that one was beautiful and we want to make sure this one's beautiful too, right? Okay, right there. That's good. All right, now for all of these lovely pieces. We actually needed some glue dots that I failed to mention, but that's okay because they're right here. Because now we're going to assemble our gifts. So I'm going to grab this one here, and on the right I'm putting a little glue dot. I'm hiding it behind the gift box, and then I'm going to put it on top of this one here. So I'm kind of tilting it like that. Then I'm putting a glue dot on the right of this one, closer to the top, like that. And I am going to put that down like that. Alrighty. I will flip these over, actually all of these over, and I'm going to grab some glue dots. I'm going to put a couple behind my gift boxes. I'm going to put a couple on the bottom of my panda. And then, actually I had a couple on the top too, because I want one on the head. And then let's grab our blue baker's twine, because we're going to set that right behind his hand there. And then we're going to use a glue dot to keep it there. So right behind the hand, right? Do you see that? Then I'm going to put my glue dot right on top. So you see what I did? And then I'm going to cut some of this off. Oopsie. Let me move my faux wood table back to where it belongs. Okay. I'm going to cut that off, and it's going to be excess because we don't need that much, but better to have too much than too little. That's my motto. All right. And then I want the balloon. We'll wait on the balloon. Okay. So let's go ahead and place our panda first. Our panda's going to go in that corner, and we're going to take off the backings for our dimensionals, and then we're going to place him right in this corner right here, like so. All right. Then our gifts, let's grab those, take the glue dots off, and that goes right here. Right there. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. All right. So now we will cut off some of this ribbon. I think that should be good. So now what we're going to do is grab a couple of glue dots. Here's our balloon. I'm going to put one up top, right? And then I am going to do the same thing with this. So I'm placing the baker's twine right about there, and then with a glue dot I'm going to secure it to make sure that it stays there. So I'm going to place my, not a glue dot, did I say glue dot? I always say glue dot when I mean dimensional. Okay, so there we go. Now what I did was I took off the backing for these dimensionals, and I kind of just let that go naturally where it was going to go. but sometimes it doesn't want to go naturally and you have to help it. So just like that. There you have it. Super duper easy, super duper quick, and super duper adorable. So make sure to jot down the supply list down below, then head on over to my website at withhisgifts.com and place your order today so you can make these cards at home. And remember that the Panda Party Stamp Set, as well as the Tutti Frutti cards and envelopes set, are sale-a-bration items that you can earn for free when you place a minimum $50 order through my online store. So visit withhisgifts.com and check out all the sale-a-bration details. So before signing off, I just want to say that I was so out of my comfort zone with this project. I don't usually do adorable critters, not because I don't love them, because I do. They're just out of my comfort zone. And I usually like to stay where I'm comfortable. But on some great advice that I heard recently, I ventured out of my comfort zone and pulled out my Party Pandas stamp set and made this adorable card. And I hope you love it just as much as I do. And that's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video tutorial, please leave me a comment down below, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, thank you and have a great day.